Well, here's a select list of some of the achievements over the last 10 years. In football, England's men reached their first final since 1966 last summer. The women are through to their fourth consecutive semi-final. That could get even better next week. In cricket, England's women won the World Cup in 2017 and the men did likewise 2 years later. In tennis, Andy Murray became Britain's first male Grand Slam winner for 76 years, and last summer Emma Raducanu, our first British female Grand Slam winner for 44 years. In netball, there was a first in 2018, Commonwealth Games gold. They'll be looking to defend that title in Birmingham this summer, and another first at the Rio Olympics when British women's team won hockey gold for the very first time. So success at elite level compared to the relatively barren years of the 80s, 90s and noughties. But at the grassroots level, research has shown barely any growth in participation. And outside those mainstream sports we've mentioned there, several sports feel that London 2012 was a missed opportunity. And I've been speaking to coaches and players involved in one of those sports.
3, 2, 1,
Otter is the cry, the name of the top water polo club in the country right now. Coach Peggy was inspired to play after watching the London Olympics. While it was the USA who won gold, the 2012 Games was the only Olympics in which Great Britain has ever had a women's team. Any hopes of one day making it onto the podium were hit a year later, when UK Sport removed all water polo funding. How do you feel overall about the London 2012 legacy?
We could have done so much more, I think. We started it out and it just kind of withered away, unfortunately. There are the seeds there that if they fertilise them a bit with some more funding, it could regrow because it's not a complete barren desert. The Olympics is great, but what we're looking at is getting girls in the water and girls exercising, and that is a dream that drags up girls' sports at a grassroots level.
Water polo lost out to the likes of cycling and rowing when UK Sport decided in 2013 to redirect all funding to the sports in which Team GB had the best chance of winning medals in Rio. Coach Nick feels that decision called time on any Olympic ambitions.
It's a missed opportunity. I think it was fantastic in igniting interest for that period, and we saw a massive growth of interest 3 months afterwards. What was the legacy? It's tainted. It's not enough. You know, I travel as an international coach, and I travel to Hungary, I travel to Italy. We're a third world city in London for our facilities of pools for young players like this who aspire to go to the Olympics. We can't provide them with the quantity of pool time that they need.
Pippa is a Great Britain under-19 player, and her generation is being tipped as good enough to qualify for the Brisbane Olympics in a decade's time. Although UK Sports has recently released some funding to water polo, even international players like Pippa are having to raise their own money to train and compete. What would it mean to you to compete in the 2032 Olympics?
I can't comprehend what it would be like. That's always been my dream since I was a child. A Great Britain women's team going to the Olympics would just be phenomenal.
Do you feel like the talent is there amongst your generation, but it's a case of getting the support, the funding?
Yeah, I think the talent in Great Britain for my age group has really grown, especially in London. My age is going to be the face of the future for water polo. If we want to make it to the Olympics, we need help. We can't do it on our own.
For these youngsters, it will take those pleas being answered to wave in a new era of Olympic opportunity. Yeah, UK Sports' change of strategy in the last 6 months means that water polo is going to receive £375,000 over the next 4 years, but that's well down on the $4 million that sport was getting prior to London 2012. But UK Sports says it does want to target a wider range of sports now, and it's going to be interesting to see what that might mean to these sports outside of the mainstream in the run-up to Paris 24, LA 28 and Brisbane 2032, when we'll be back down here celebrating 20 years since London 2012.